Given the increasing sophistication of these attacks, how is Securonix keeping pace with these developments, especially to outmaneuver the bad guys?
Yeah, so we do it with a combination of, again, research, awareness, and technology. We have our own cyber research team that keeps track of threat actors and techniques that they use, and comes up with new detections. It's essentially content. If you think about almost every cybersecurity product, you have the engine, the product, but then the product is useless without content. Think of a television that doesn't have a streaming service, right? That's just going to be a black box that's sitting there and doesn't do anything. So cybersecurity products are very similar, and they do need to be continuously fed with content that allows them to match policies and detections and algorithms and machine learning models against the latest threats. So that is something that we do continuously to try and catch up with the bad guys, the threat actors, and their various threat techniques. We also implement detection tools in the product, leveraging, again, some of the latest technology out there. One that I always love to mention is one that we launched earlier this year in the RSA conference, which is the premier security conference held in San Francisco every year. And it has the catchy name of psycholinguistics, or insider threat hunting using psycholinguistics. Psycholinguistics.
First time hearing of it.
Yeah, very catchy name. It's actually amazing that our marketing team let us use that name. Psycholinguistics is the science of analyzing intent or psychology or behavior from language. And if you think about it, we use language all day. When we type something into our Google search, for example, how to launder money. It's pretty obvious what our intent is. But let's say we are typing something else, non-disclosure agreement. Now, this could be a benign search request, especially if I work in the legal department, but it could also be an employee looking for information on how to break the non-disclosure that they have with their employer. So gaining understanding of the user's intent from their use of language, which exists in activity logs and other systems that we have access to, allows us to correlate that user's actions with the language that they use. And that allows us to very accurately calculate the probability that we have a malicious insider. And malicious insiders are a big problem in the industry. We all like to think about the hackers like you see them in the stock photos, right? Sitting in a dark room with a hoodie. And
there is quite a lot of options to
yes,
photos.
But a lot of malicious actors are actually insiders. They're disgruntled employees, they're activists. There are a lot of documented reasons why your employees, your insiders, your partners may be malicious. And they are much harder to detect because they're already inside the organization. They have access, they have credentials, they don't need to breach any perimeters. So detecting insider threats is one of the hardest problems in our industry, and that's a specialty of our company. That's where we originally came from, doing user and entity behavior analytics. And what we now do is leverage LLMs, large language modules. So we kind of ride the Gen AI train, but in a unique way, leveraging LLMs to do very accurate, very detailed psycholinguistics analysis. And when we correlate events that we see in the IT environment with intent and psychology of the user, we can reach ever higher levels of accuracy, detecting investigating and incriminating these malicious insiders.